The Duel Disk is an ingenious piece of technology. Within the world of Yu-Gi-Oh!, it is a feat of engineering and programming, and a testament to the brilliance behind the Kaiba Corporation. Let's take a look at it. The late and extremely great Kazuki Takahashi had a challenge ahead of him as he developed the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! How was he supposed to make an action-adventure manga centered around a card game of all things? The answer? Holograms, of course. Although magic is a mainstay of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, Takahashi couldn't rely on it too much. After all, he needed a way for duelists that didn't have magic to battle each other too. The Duel Ring and its smaller manga inspiration, the Battle Box, were good, but stationary. With dual discs, duelists could have full-on battles no matter where they were. It made for a great spectacle for readers and viewers alike. Of course, this video is all just for fun, a little analysis of the technology created for the Duel Monsters card game. The show doesn't get into how all this works. I doubt it was trying to make a reputation for itself as realistic science fiction media, but consider that, in the world of the show, this was all possible around the same time that VHS tapes were still in use. By the way, I bet you didn't know that my novelette, Insubeat's Forgotten Bonds, was partially inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been developing the story ever since I was a teenager, and finally got the first installation of this series out to the public. Forgotten Bonds is about a young man from Nigeria who discovers ancient magic much like Pegasus does. If you like action and monsters, you'll like my story. Check it out. The link to the ebook is in the description below. Now back to the video. Let's start with the engineering or electronic aspects of the Duel Disk. One crucial aspect of the technology is that it is small and light enough that anyone can use it. Think about that. This is a powerful piece of technology that projects holograms strong enough to literally knock someone off their feet. The power source and all the various parts working together have to be light enough to be carried like a piece of bulky, expensive jewelry. So now I have a question for you. How does a Duel Disk recognize a monster card that someone face up? Meaning the back of the card is on the Duel Disk itself. The Kaiba Corporation needed to find a way around this. Maybe the Duel Disk shines some non-visible electromagnetic radiation through the card and has sensors that pick up how it is reflected or refracted. Or maybe Industrial Illusions places some tiny chips in each card to make sure they aren't counterfeited and the duelist picks it up. I can't figure this one out. Do you have any ideas? I'm sure many of us have spent a bit of time thinking about the engineering marvel that is Duel Disks. But what about the programming marvel? That's where things get fun. Let's start with the basic stuff. First, the Duel Disk has to have the rules of the Duel Monsters card game programmed into it. That way it would not allow illegal moves, like when Jonouchi tries to summon a high-level monster without tributing. It also needs an internal calculator to keep track of life points as well as monsters' attack and defense points. But here's where things get more interesting. The Duel Disk system needs to have impeccable voice recognition software. But Ken, you might be thinking, what's so impressive about that? Well, it's 2022 now, and not even Siri is perfect. Automatic YouTube and TikTok captions often completely miss the mark too. Words sometimes sound alike and have different meanings based on context, and computers have a hard time with that. The Duel Disk has to differentiate between non-duel related speech and speech directed at the monsters, and never once does it enact a card effect incorrectly. That's pretty impressive. There's one final bit of programming that I'd like to discuss. The Duel Disk system has a way to visually and audially represent every single card in the game. My guess is that there is a database of all the cards somewhere, so the system knows what each card does. Maybe the database is also stored within each dual disk itself. But the fact that Kaiba had to use a satellite to look at the raw card instead of looking through his database might refute this idea. So here's where my question comes in. Did Kaiba Corporation design every single three-dimensional representation of every single card? That's a painstaking process that would take a very long time. I don't think that's the answer. So my theory is that the Duelist system has an AI that instantly creates the holographic representation of every card that is used. It looks at the image on the card, factors in what it does, and pops out an output. If this is the answer, it means that the system sends its output to a central hub so that the next time the card is used, the very same hologram pops up again. This makes sense for cards that don't depict the full monsters in their card art, for example. I think that would be far more efficient for the Kaiba Corporation, don't you? Before I go, I'd like to say that this video is dedicated to the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Kazuki Takahashi. He is responsible for creating a huge part of my childhood. Some of my favorite memories are associated with Yu-Gi-Oh!, and it's even inspired my own writing. The world has lost a great creative force. Even so, I encourage everyone watching to continue his legacy. Whether you're a fan, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Content creator, play the card games, or have been touched by his creativity in some other way, let us do his memory proud. Thanks for watching. I've been Ken Kwame, and I'll see you next time.